everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing really well. So it's that time of the month, it's time for my monthly favourites. So I'm going to get right into it, starting off with beauty favourites and a foundation. I have been loving this foundation. It's from Nude Sticks and it's their Tinted Cover Foundation. So I actually went for like the launch event for this. It's exclusive in Selfridges. Like I said, I went to the launch event, we were colour matched and we had a little makeup masterclass with one of the co-founders of the brand and it was really lovely. I got shade matched to Nude 3.5, which I think is a really good colour for me. Probably like slightly more on the tan side, but nothing ridiculous. I love this packaging. I just think it's really good packaging. It's very travel friendly. It isn't too bulky. It's not glass. Like it isn't anything that you can't really travel with or that you need to be particularly cautious with. It's just a very good size in my opinion. I've been wearing it in the majority of my most recent videos. I wore it in my autumn get ready with me video, which I filmed at the Stratford Hotel, so it was like a little bit of a press day, and this is the perfect travel piece. It's just fab. So I mentioned being a little bit more tanned, and I was definitely more tanned in September than I am now coming to October, especially with the non-stop rain we've basically had all month. It's been such a miserable month, which is such a shame because I love autumn as a season. It's my favourite season, but it has just rained throughout, so it's really been quite miserable. To sort of stop myself looking really pale and miserable as well, I've really loved discovering tanning drops. Now these are just new for me. I know tanning drops have probably been around for ages, but I've only recently started using them, and I started using the Isle of Paradise medium self tanning drops. Now this is for face and body. Currently I'm only using it on like my face, neck and like décolletage area. I have tried this multiple times, sometimes got it really wrong, sometimes got it right. At the back it basically says use 1 to 12 drops and mixed in with your moisturizer. So the first time I was like, oh, it's the first time, I don't want to do anything too dramatic, so I went halfway. I went for about 6 drops. That was a mistake. I ended up looking really dark, and where I had sort of mixed this with my moisturizer as well, there were some areas that I didn't quite reach to, or that got like a bit too much moisturizer in them, for example, and I know that like my neck was a little bit patchy and I was like, oh gosh, this was a bad idea. This was a really bad idea. So yeah, I was kind of put off, but then I got really pale again and I was like, oh no, this is even worse. So kept basically trialing and erroring with this until I got what in my opinion is like the perfect amount for me. So I think then I went down to like 4 drops, and then eventually I went down to like one to 2 drops, like 1.5. I think it's ideal for me. So that's what I do with this now. I just use 2 drops, I'd say. Last night I used 2 drops, mix this in with my moisturizer, and this is my face today. And like I said, I've got this foundation on as well, so it's kind of a good colour match with my face, slightly more tan. And so when I don't apply those tanning drops in the evenings, I will have a bit more of a like lavish skincare routine. I'm really enjoying getting back into skincare. In the summer, I really slack with skincare. I'm just not as good with it. I just can't be bothered in the summer. But in the winter, I love it. I love taking off my makeup a little bit earlier in the evenings because now with the time change, it's definitely getting darker sooner. So I love sort of like slathering everything onto my face. And something I have recently started using again has been the Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Concentrate. This lasts ages. I'm about here on it, and I am quite generous with this. I literally do like a pipette for my forehead, a pipette for each cheek. Like I am very oily by the end of it, and I do totally appreciate that it's too much. Like you don't need to use that much, but honestly I just don't want it to go to waste, and I don't want to have this sort of sitting open for ages and not get through it all, because this is such an inexpensive product. But it's really lovely. Loved using this. It's a great part of my evening routine. And I wasn't actually going to mention this next one, but every time I wear it, people ask me what I'm wearing. So I just think it's one of those colours that is just so memorable. So it's the Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipstick in the shade Babe Alert. Anytime I wear this, I get compliments. People love this shade. It is a really nice shade, and it's definitely the type of colours that I'm going to be leaning more towards now that we are going into like autumn, winter time. I want like a bit of a darker lip, a bit more of a, I wouldn't say this is a statement lip because it is just like more of a pinky colour, but still it's like a darker pink as opposed to the nudes that I was really loving throughout the summer. Clothing wise, I don't have much this month. I've been feeling in a bit of a rut. I think I said this last month, but I'm still very much in a style rut. The weather is not helping, and I have just very quickly, almost too quickly, gravitated towards like jeans and jumpers, and that is the most comfortable autumnal winter wardrobe, but it's just a little bit boring. And I think I don't know, I want to make more of an effort to like not be so boring with my outfits, so I'm really going to try hard to wear jeans less, but they are just my go-to. Like, they're such a almost like a comfort blanket to me. I love wearing jeans, but I am getting a little bit bored of jeans. But with that said, a pair of jeans that I have been wearing loads this month have been the Topshop Awesome jeans. So I got these, I think I got these around the summertime. I've had them for like a year ago, I think, and then I like got a new pair this summer because I went for a longer leg length. I had previously had the length 30, but these are actually length 32, which I think sits a little bit nicer, particularly if I'm just wearing them with trainers or with ankle boots. Like, there isn't much ankle on show. So these are my standard size, waist 25, length 32. That tends to be the size I go for in the majority of denim places, and it tends to fit fairly well. I have noticed though, they do bunch up like quite a bit at the knees, but honestly I think it's inevitable, especially with jeans that are either a straight leg or just not super fitted. Basically, it's inevitable that you're going to get something on your knees. You're sitting, you're walking, you're always bending your knees, so you know, it's a little bit inevitable. I do find it a little bit annoying, but not much I can do about it. And the reason I've really loved these is because they're just a light wash denim, and like I said, where the weather has been so miserable, grey, horrible, I've really been enjoying just wearing like lighter things, looking a bit more tanned, just trying to like hold on to sunshine for a little bit longer. And that's actually it for fashion favourites, which must seem crazy, but they're the only thing that I've literally been reaching for every single day. Everything else has just been like a random jumper, a random this, a random that. So I feel like in terms of favourites and like staples, those jeans have been it this month for me. And so finally, some like miscellaneous random lifestyle bits. First, I want to mention this first so that I don't forget it. It's a pumpkin patch. Oh my gosh, pumpkin patches are just growing bigger and bigger and bigger here in the UK, and I am here for it. I love it. So this year was the third year that I went to a pumpkin patch, and every time I just love it more, honestly. It's such good fun. It's become like a little bit of a tradition as well with me and my best friend. We go with our mums, so it's a really nice thing for the four of us to do. For the past 3 years, we have been going to Fox's Farm Produce. They are based in Essex. They have 2 pumpkin patches, I believe, one in Colchester, one in Basildon. We usually go to the Basildon one. It's slightly closer to London, but it is an hour and a half away, so it is a bit of a long one really. So it definitely is like a day out for us, but we love it. We go to pumpkin picking and then we head to the pub for a pub lunch, and it is fab. This year, sadly though, the weather has been so horrible. It was sort of spitting drizzly when we went, so muddy. It was insane. But you know, if you're in the UK, if you're nearby any pumpkin patches, or you sort of want to venture out to one, then I would highly recommend it. It's good fun. It's really, really lovely. And also, just because of the awful weather, people with farmers with pumpkin patches and things have struggled a little bit this year. So, you know, if you can show your support and just get some good Instagram snaps in the process, then I would highly recommend it. And finally, I have been re-watching One Tree Hill on Amazon Prime Video. Oh, so good. It makes me think of my days in secondary school again, because I remember watching One Tree Hill and the OC whilst I was in school. My friend let me borrow the box sets, and I honestly just watched those like non-stop. So good. So I'm currently getting through One Tree Hill, and then I think after I'm going to watch the OC, but both of those I loved. Such a good series, one that is literally making me relive my teenage years, and I am loving watching it. And there we go. That is everything from me this month. I always want to say that my favourites are quite short, like, oh, this month I didn't mention much, but honestly, when I get to editing, they're always like between 10 to 15 minutes long, so clearly I can talk about few things for long enough. Oh, actually, something else I want to include in my sort of favourites has been uploading a little bit more. So I mean, I've mentioned this in a couple of videos, but I was slacking a little bit. September was a bit of a, didn't upload much. October sort of started off slow as well. But then halfway through the month, I was like, right, I'm going to upload more. I'm going to do twice a week. And I have stuck to that and really, really, really enjoyed it. So thank you if you are watching. Thank you if you've also subscribed recently. It really, really means a lot to me. I am actually going to continue with my, fingers crossed, twice weekly uploads throughout until the end of the year, I think, because I was sort of of brainstorming some ideas, and there are actually quite a few things I want to film and share with you. So I thought, do you know what? Let's just stick it out. Let's try to do 2 weekly uploads until the end of the year, and I feel like it will be really good fun to watch, hopefully, if all my ideas come to plan. I would really love to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're not like too far off, but we're still kind of far off. So I grow fairly slow on YouTube. I mean, I've been doing it for ages. For me, it's like one of my slowest growing platforms. But, you know, if you like my videos, if you want to see more from me, then please do subscribe. You can also hit the little notification bell button if you want a notification every time I upload. Like I said, I am uploading more frequently. That is it for this month. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to thumbs up. Please do subscribe if you aren't already subscribed, and I will see you in my next video. A big thank you for watching, as always. Bye.